One's down. There's one down.
Hey, this is Chris.
And Melissa.
And we're here to tell you about our exciting new Learn to Hunt and Process Animals retreat. Now, if you've ever wanted to learn how to hunt, to go out and get wild meat for you and your family, to have adventure, but you didn't know exactly what to do or how to get started, or just were kind of overwhelmed by the process of where do I hunt, or what animals do I hunt, or what are the regulations in my state, this is going to be an awesome event for you. Or maybe if you're a hunter now and you've done some small game and you're just kind of overwhelmed by the idea of what you would do if you actually got a big deer or an elk or some kind of large animal on the ground. How would you actually process it? So how would you gut it? How would you take care of the meat to make sure it's preserved? All these are fantastic questions that you might be having. And if you're thinking this type of thing and you want to learn how to hunt, this is going to be an awesome 3-day event where we're going to meet here at our retreat center property in Arizona, and we're going to go through all these different parts of hunting so that you feel confident that you have all the skills to go out there and make it happen.
Yeah, I feel it's so important these days to have these skills, to be sovereign, to be able to just, if shit hits the fan, you can go out and be able to procure your own wild food.
Yeah, that's a good point. We hear a lot of people say that oh, we all know it's uncertain times and we don't know what's going to happen in the world. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, if things really got crazy, I could go out there and hunt a deer. And if you haven't done that before, it's really difficult. There's a lot that goes into it. And that's why we created this retreat, was to help people like you who feel like they could do that and want to do that, actually learn the skills to make it happen, because it's a long way from the idea that you could go out there and hunt a deer to actually doing it.
It is.
Yeah.
So
we'll tell you a little bit about our story. I'll start. I have always been into nature. I've been into food. I've been into nature connection and getting out and camping and hiking. And I started this food journey and really got into food and wanted to get the highest quality meat possible. And I started to learn that hunting was the best way to do that. So I got really excited about it, and I said, I'm going to do this. And it started to come to me that hunting was this ultimate activity that combined all of my passions. It combined nature, food, hiking, adventure, uncertainty, all of the, difficult challenge. All of this stuff was wrapped into this one activity, and I got so excited about it. And I said, you know what, I'm a person that just figures things out, and I went out there and started hunting myself. And I've done a lot of things. I've learned how to windsurf and became a professional windsurfer on Maui. I've created several businesses, service business, product-based businesses, all kinds of stuff. Really difficult things. But I have to tell you that hunting was the most difficult thing that I have ever learned to do. And trying to do that by myself was really hard. I mean, so hard that I almost gave up a few times. But I kept at it. I read books. I watched videos. I tried to find mentors, but that was really challenging. I didn't come from a hunting family. I had never really fired a firearm before or shot a bow. The whole weapon thing, I remember going into a gun store was the scariest moment of my life, because I had no idea what that was going to be like. But I overcame all these challenges and figured it out. And through a lot of frustration, a lot of difficult times, I started to have success. And I started with small game, rabbits and squirrels. And later I've hunted deer in Montana. I've hunted wild goats on Kauai, javelina here in the desert Southwest. It's just been an incredible experience that has brought so much richness and meaning to my life. I was just thinking the other day about how these images I have in my mind of hunting and seeing animals and walking up to a downed animal after I've shot it, and the just feelings of joy and gratitude and accomplishment that comes with that are incredible. And now I get to share that with my family, with my son, with Melissa, and we get this incredible food. I mean, the best food you can possibly imagine. Like, you can't even buy this stuff at the store. It's actually illegal to sell wild deer and elk and all these wild game meals. And I just, I wish I had somebody that helped me along the way. And I've had a few mentors, but it just never really was that type of experience for me, and it was really difficult. So we're just super excited to create an event like this so that we can help you through the process and just learn everything you need in this condensed 3-day event. It's just really gonna help jumpstart your hunting journey and get you on the road way faster than it was for us.
Yeah, and it's going to be an intimate setting, so you'll be able to ask as many questions as you can, really get your hands in there. It's really like a one-to-one type learning.
Yep. Right, yeah, we're gonna keep the group very small so that when we're processing the animal, we're really gonna get a live animal and slaughter it and process it, gut it, break down all the muscle groups, preserve the meat, and of course eat a lot of the meat. But we want to make sure that everybody actually gets to physically do that themselves. So we're keeping the group really small, max of 10 people, probably be a few less, just to make sure that everybody actually gets a part of it. Now we're going to go ahead and go through everything that you're going to learn during this 3 days. And this video is going to be a little bit longer, but we feel like it's really important that you learn and understand exactly what you're going to get out of this experience. Oh, Melissa, tell them a little bit about your story and meat and all that.
Well, my story is really food-based because I am all about health and nutrition and serving or feeding my family the highest quality food possible. That's just my passion, and I really feel like wild food, wild plants, anything in the wild has such a more potent, concentrated source of nutrition. It's higher in nutrition than anything you could buy at the store. And so there's the food aspect. It tastes delicious too. But also just really the slowing down of the consciousness. I'm very fast-paced, real fiery in my mind, but when we go out hunting and I'm with Chris and we're scouting, I have to slow down and get into the consciousness of nature. And it just, there's so many parts of it that are just so rewarding and fulfilling and meaningful. So it's not just about the food, but it's really about the nature connection for me too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot to mention that too, and all these elements that are combined. I'm really into meditation and spiritual practice, and this just creates the perfect container for that. And it's not like you want to develop these skills, you have to. You have to be
you
present.
Have to slow down.
You have to slow down. It forces you into this state of presence that I feel like is almost really difficult to get anywhere else.
Yeah, so.
Okay, let's jump right in. We're going to tell you exactly what you're going to learn over these 3 days. It's going to be November 4th, 5th, and 6th at our house here in Cottonwood, Arizona, just outside of Sedona. So we've got a 6-acre property that borders National Forest. So you'll be camping and you'll be able to see for 20,000 acres in 3 directions. It's really a magical place that, just that little benefit alone of being in such an amazing place with so much indigenous history and so much open land for the mind and soul to wander. It's going to be really cool just being here in this place. But when we get here, we're going to start out with, I got all my notes here, so I'm going to make sure I don't forget anything. So we're going to start with what to hunt, where to hunt, and the seasons and regulations. Because if you want to get into hunting, you might be asking, well, should I start with a deer, or should I go squirrel hunting, or maybe I really want to hunt ducks or birds? We're going to talk about what the best animals are to get started, where to actually go hunting, which is a huge question that comes up for people is, where do I actually go? Do I have to find private land that someone owns? Can I go to public land that's accessible to everybody? Which one is best? When I find that place to hunt, how do I actually find the animals that are there and locate them? And we're going to go through all of that. We're also going to go through the legality of things. So how do you learn the regulations in your area? How do you learn what seasons animals are open to hunt? How do you get your hunting license? It can be so confusing to read through a book of regulations. It looks like sometimes I feel like I'm going back to school or something. Like you need a college degree to decipher this stuff. But we're going to demystify it for you so that it's all easy to understand. And no matter where you live, you'll be able to find something to hunt and a place to hunt and do it all legally.
Sounds good. Yeah, it was like going to school getting my hunting license.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was a lot of studying.
Yeah, Melissa did it recently.
Yeah.
But it's cool. You can do it. She did it all online.
Yeah.
You know, I had to go sit through this 3-day event, you know, an hour away. But now you can do it all virtually. It's really cool. But we'll help guide you through that process. Okay, next up on the list, we're going to learn about ethics, conscious hunting, and spirituality. Now, this is going to be a big piece of our event. This isn't just ride around ATVs and shoot guns out the window drinking beer type of thing, which a lot of people think hunting is, you know,
And it is for most people.
that's what we see out there in
Yeah.
modern media, and we have this sort of stereotype of this, you know, unconscious person out there doing that, and that's not what this is about. We view hunting as a spiritual practice and a way of life, so everything we do is going to have tremendous intention in that way. So when we actually get that goat or sheep and slaughter it, there is going to be tremendous gratitude and ceremony that's done around that practice. And I feel like, you know, having that spiritual practice is really important to your success as well as a hunter. You know, if you can't go out to the land and speak your prayers and offer something of meaning to the land and to that species, you're not going to have that much success in my sort of experience. So if you want to be a conscious hunter, if you want to be an ethical hunter, if you want to do things in a spiritual and meaningful way, this is the event for you.
Yeah, and it's simple. You know, it's
Yeah.
just really being present and intentional and having gratitude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a huge hoopla every
Yeah, it's
time,
very-
but we're going to show you real simple, easy ways to have a spiritual connection to your hunting.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, this is probably one of my favorite parts. Animal processing, butchering, food preservation. So like we were saying, it might be daunting to you to think of if you go hunting and you actually shoot a deer and you got this big animal on the ground, what do you do with it? I mean, that's intense. And if you haven't grown up doing that before, just watching videos makes it really hard. You know, it's a hands-on tactile, physical experience. So we're gonna get a sheep or a goat alive. We're gonna start with it alive, and we're gonna consciously slaughter it and take it through the entire process with the group. So we're gonna skin it, we're gonna gut the animal, we're going to field dress it is what that's called. We're gonna butcher it, so break it down into the different legs and the different cuts of meat, and then we're gonna preserve that meat and take it from this whole animal form into a steak. Or
Into the freezer.
or yeah, something that you would normally buy at the store, which is a pretty cool process when you think about all that goes into that. And if you've ever just bought a steak at a store and wondered, you know, where the heck did this thing come from? We're going to show you all of that so that you feel confident and you know when you go out there to hunt, whether it's a small animal, a big animal, medium animal, it's all the same. They just change in volume, right? And you'll have the skills and confidence that you'll be able to do it. It's just tremendously powerful to go through that whole experience with a mentor and with a group of people really involved in it. I mean, I can't stress how valuable it is to do that type of thing.
Yeah, and we've done it a lot at the Earth Skills gatherings with big groups of people, and you know, processing the whole animal, and it's just so memorable.
It is.
You know.
And emotional. It's
is.
powerful. It'll change your life. You know, really, it's not.
Yeah.
To me, it's almost like going through a doorway when you're.
It's really intense to kill an animal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's intense.
It helps you grow as a person in a
Yeah.
way that's hard to find anywhere else.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
Very
can't
exciting
wait.
stuff. Oh, and of course, like I said, we're gonna do some cooking too. You know, we're gonna have a lot of meat,
Cook
so
up
we're
the
gonna
organs,
we're gonna
yeah.
cook it all up together. Okay, we're gonna talk about weapon selection. So you might be asking, you know, I want to get into hunting, but do I want to shoot a rifle? Do I want to be an archery hunter and shoot a bow? Do I want to use a crossbow? That can all be really confusing. And like if you're like me and you didn't grow up with firearms, You know, it's a scary process, but we're gonna make it less scary. We're gonna teach you how to do it all safely. If conditions allow, we're gonna actually go out to a range and do some target practice and shoot different caliber rifles. We'll start with something real small, like a .22, but there'll also be the opportunity to shoot, you know, a larger hunting rifle too, just so you know what that feels like, and you'll have the skills and confidence to do it safely. That's really important. We're going to talk a lot about safety and help you decide, you know, what you want to use, what tool you want to use for hunting.
Yeah, because when you first set me up with the rest and, you know, the .22, and I just basically pulled the trigger,
Yeah.
it felt really safe, but like really powerful too.
Yeah.
I've never shot a gun
No.
till you set me all up.
Yeah, another really emotional,
It is.
life-changing, life-altering growth experience.
It is. So even if you want to come out and just have, you know, just that experience of being all set up and shooting. Yeah. Okay.
We're also going to talk about gear. You might be thinking that. Do I need to buy all this fancy camo and $2,000 binoculars and a $5,000 rifle? You know, is this like a $20,000 investment? Well, it could be, but you can also get it done with a tiny investment. You can spend very little money. Now, this is a critical piece to learn because we live in this commercial consumerism culture. So we're marketed to day and night. Buy this thing. Well, let me tell you, the animals don't care what color camo you have, you know, what pattern of camo you have. And, you know, the more I hunt, the less I even wear camo. So we're going to talk about the core gear that you're going to need, the clothing, the knives, the saws, the weapons, the backpacks. We're going to make it real simple so that you know the stuff that you actually need. And if you have more money and you want to get fancier stuff, that's great. You know, I got some fancy stuff myself, but I also have really simple things, you know, and like I said, the longer I do this, you know, almost 10 years now, I get really simple with what I need, and that really feels good to me. So we're going to demystify that whole thing about gear and stuff to buy.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That's your department.
Yeah. It's a fun one too. Okay, lastly, on the final day, we're going to bring all of this together. So we're going to go have what we call a field day. So we're going to go out into the woods, we're going to go out into the desert. You know, this might change based on conditions, right? How cold it is, if it's rainy up there in the forest or not so much in the desert, but we're going to go out into nature and we're going to put all these skills into practice. So we're going to practice our nature awareness. Like Melissa was saying, we're going to breathe. We're going to get quiet. We're going to get present. And we're going to really go out and be with nature in a way that you might have never experienced before. And we're going to slow ourselves down to the speed of nature so that we can actually find and connect with those animals that we're trying to hunt.
And look for tracks.
Look for tracks.
And scout and glass, and I can show you all the plants, which is exciting.
Yep, you get a bonus herb plant medicine experience. Not that kind of plant medicine, but
Wild plants.
and we're going to put it all together. And if conditions allow and everybody's up for it, we might be able to do some actual hunting. So we might be able to take our .22 rifles out there and hunt for squirrel or rabbit. If you're up for that type of thing, and maybe actually get some animals on the ground, practice our processing, and cook those up as well. If that happens and we can pull that off, you will have to have an Arizona hunting license. I think it's $150 and it lasts for the whole year. There could be some 2-day ones that I can look into, but I'm pretty sure it's that $150, which I think personally is worth it. But that we'll make sure we do everything legally. But we can help you through that process, and you can decide when you're ready if that's something that you want to do.
Is that a non-resident, $150?
Right. If you're an Arizona resident, I think it's only $40 or something,
yeah.
and it gives you fishing as well.
And I just got my license. I just come with for all the hunts. So if you want to do that as well, it's super beneficial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we can talk through that. And you know, if this is another point, if you feel like this could be for you, but you're not sure, maybe you have some questions about it, we're happy to talk to you.
Call us.
Yeah, we can schedule a call and we can talk about you and your unique situation and what you want to learn, where you're at on your hunting journey, and if this is the right thing for you. We're happy to do that.
Yeah, and there's going to be so many more things at the event. We have an infrared sauna so you can sweat and cleanse before the hunt, and I do a medicinal coffee with raw egg yolks and mushrooms and all these fun things, and we'll have a coffee gathering, and we're going to have hiking out the door in the morning with smudge ceremony and flute playing. There's so much more included.
This is a
It'll
full
be really
adventure.
Fun.
Yeah, incredible experience and adventure all rolled into this. Talk a little bit more about accommodations, like what Melissa's saying, food, all that kind of stuff. So you'll be camping on our land. Unless you're the first person to sign up, we have a very special bonus. And camping is awesome. Nothing wrong with that. But we have a non-toxic, organic Lance camper trailer. Has 2 beds in it. The first person to sign up for this event will get to stay in that nice heated camper. It's kind of a cool bonus we're offering.
So we've got the camper and then the tents and some heaters and fires. And,
Yep. If you want to bring your own camping gear, we can. You know, that's kind of how I am. I like to have my own stuff. I got it all figured out. I got the tent I like and, a sleeping bag. But if you need that equipment, we can provide it for you. Just let us know when you sign up. When you sign up for this, we're going to have a conversation anyway, just to make sure that we know you, we can tailor this to you, and we can have that gear here if you need it.
Yeah, because we've got a spot where the tents, we'll set up tents, sleeping bags, cots. If you're flying in, you don't have to worry about anything.
If you're flying in, all you got to bring, you should probably, if you can, bring your own sleeping bag. That's just kind of nice to have. But just bring some clothes and a great attitude, show up, and we'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
Food, we're going to provide, like Melissa's saying, medicinal coffee in the morning, a light breakfast, and we'll provide a full dinner every night. Snacks and lunch is up to everybody else to provide for themselves. So we've got some great health food stores here in town. We can help guide you for that. Yep. Amenities. We're going to have a hot, heated outdoor shower, so you can shower every day if you like. We're going to have our infrared sauna set up, so you can do a relaxing sauna, which is also a wonderful purification process before hunting. So we'll talk about how we can integrate that traditional spiritual aspect of purification before the hunt as well. What are the other amenities?
Lots of hanging out with really cool people.
Yeah, camaraderie.
Connection, that's what I'm trying to say.
If this is something, if this sounds good to you, if this is exciting to you, and you join us, you can guarantee there's going to be other people like you that want to do this, because it's a big deal. It's a commitment. It's a way of life. And there will be other people that I'm sure you'll resonate with and feel this incredible camaraderie sharing this experience with.
Yeah, that's what mostly is. I mean, it's all about the hunting, but really connection is so important too. So many good things here.
So let's talk about the investment. It's only $897, includes everything. So it's 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the training, the animal to process, all the meat to eat, the dinners, the breakfast, the accommodations, the camping, it's all included. And I personally just think that is an incredible deal. If I've added up all the money that I've spent and driving all over the place and talking to people and trying to find mentors and buying books and buying courses, if I had that all wrapped into one weekend where I learned all these skills that I needed to go hunting, oh man, I would sign up in a heartbeat.
Oh, I know. Sign me up.
I think it's an incredible deal. And that's why we want to offer this for you, because we've been through that journey. We know how hard it is. We know how challenging it can be to do it alone. And we don't want you to do it alone. We want to take you step by step through the process so that you feel comfortable, you feel empowered, you feel confident that you have the skills you need to go out there and start your hunting journey.
Yeah, and I would definitely jump in on this one, because it might not be this price ever again.
Yep.
This is like, this is our first one. We've taught a ton of classes, but as far as a retreat at our house, we're keeping it that price.
Right,
for
yeah,
right now,
we
but-
wanted to make it accessible for everybody and make it so that it was just like, yeah, let's do this. Let's have an awesome event. Kick
Right.
off this retreat experience we're going to have here in the future. And we hope you join us. So there's a link below this video. You can purchase the course. You can read more about it. And as soon as you sign up, within the next few hours, you'll get an email from us introducing ourselves, getting to know you, and setting up a call so that we can connect and make sure we do everything so that it serves you the best we can.
Yeah, sounds good.
And like we said, if you're on the fence, send us an email. Our email will be provided on this page. And we'd love to talk with you.
Yeah, my phone number too. Okay, cool.
And don't forget the first bonus. First person that signs up gets to stay in our organic camper. I think that's so cool. And like we said, space is limited. So if you're thinking about this, if you're saying, yes, I want to learn how to hunt, I want to learn how to get the highest quality meat for my family, this sounds awesome, come hang out with Chris and Melissa, I encourage you to act on it because there's only a few spaces for this event. They'll go fast.
Yeah.
And go ahead and sign up if you're saying, yes, this is for me. I want to do it. Go ahead and sign up. But if you're on the fence, go ahead and schedule that call with us so that we can talk through it. And if it is right for you, we can get you signed up quickly before all the spaces fill up.
All right. I hope to see you soon.
All right. Thanks for watching.
So exciting.
See you on the hunt.